Hey, welcome back. Let's do a little 800-meter run race analysis. It's easy for me to say 800-meter run race analysis. Let's roll it, man. We're here at the start. Zoom on in, Mr. Cameraman. Thank you very much. And we are off. There we go. Right now, the runners are probably running into a little bit of a headwind on this turn. Keep that in mind. May become crucial later in the story. And we're going to follow our man right here. If you can see the pointer in third place right here, yeah. And we're gonna stop it right here and take a look and see what's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to a still picture right now, and pull out the telestrator. See if I can do that rather quickly. Now, let's try that again. Let's do that. And let's change the color here to red, or let's try again. Let's change the color to red. There we go. So what I wanted to point out with my arrow, all right, it doesn't want to work for me here, but why did it make that block on the end? I don't know what's going on. Here's our man, and he is surveying the situation. That's right. He's sitting back, letting the race develop in front of him, and he's observing. Look, see, I can see where his eyes are looking. They're looking there, and they're looking there. And that's exactly what we need to be doing. Now, you can't always sit back and let the race develop in front of you, but in this case, you can. In some cases, when you're running, for example, the 800-meter run, and you've got a bunch of competitors and that are equally matched within a few seconds of each other, you might have to go out and dictate the terms of the race. But in this particular race, we can sit back, run controlled at the start, and kind of observe what's happening in front of us and let things develop. Because right, we're not in a big hurry. We can kind of take it all in and let things develop. So let's go back to the race. And I like that our man there in third is doing that. And we're running in lanes to the 300-meter mark. I'm sure the wind is affecting them. Yes, we're running in lanes still. I just said that, man. I'm trying to tell a story. I'm race analysis. So still in lanes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn down the volume here on that so we don't get interrupted again with silly questions. And they're going to cut in around this next turn. And still going out nice and controlled. And Mr. Cameraman, please move the camera over so we can see what's going on. Thank you very much. And let's see here. Now we got that gentleman. Looks like he's got a beard, but that's just a mask. Kind of fooled me for a second there. I was like, well, 7th and 8th graders with a beard, making Chris Miller proud. Anyways, this guy definitely wanted the lead. You know what? You can have it, brother. It's all yours. Because as I said before, the 800-meter run winner is not determined at the 400-meter mark. And I stopped that just perfectly. And here's what I noticed. Where's my look at this, look at the left arm here cutting across the body. And I've got another photo of it right here. I'm going to bring it in here so I can bring in the telestrator. So let's bring in our magic arrow again. Oh, it's already there. It's in black. I don't want black. I want red. Let's get red real quick. Can I reduce the size of this thing? Why is it so big, man? Thin it out. All right, well, that's a little too thin. Let's do this. And what I wanted to show here, if I can bring this back this way, is, anyhow, this is a bit of an exaggeration. Notice how that left arm's, I guess we could probably say, cutting across the body, right? Now, if you watch him, the right arm, and I'm going to say that our man here is right-handed, might be going out on a limb there. The right arm, if you watch, goes fairly in a straight forward and straight back motion. Let's go back to the video, see if we can prove that by hitting play. Let's watch. The right arm cuts across a little bit, but not as much as the left arm. Let's go back to our photo. And so, why did I erase the arrow? Let's put another arrow on. So, here we go. We generally want to be going, I'm gonna say that that's straight ahead, right? We want to be going straight ahead in life. And we've got the left arm kind of working across our body like that. The right arm is fairly straight forward and straight back, a little bit cutting across. But as I was watching this live and as I was watching this on video, you'll notice that we've got a little bit of a wobble in our forward progress. For example, if I were to analogize to the motocross world, and although dirt bikes seem to have pretty thick, heavy gauge spokes, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that your wheel goes out of true every once in a while. And if you've ever noticed, when it goes out of true, a lot of times it'll be, you'll spin it and you'll watch it, and it'll be straight, and then it'll have this big hiccup where it just wobbles left and right on you big time. And that counteracts our ability to go in a straight line forward as fast as we can. That little wheel wobble. Every time that thing comes around and wobbles, that's going to take away from you going in a straight line as fast as you can. So it's going to affect your forward motion efficiency here. And I'm going to say that analogy works really well here. Every time that left arm cuts across the body, basically that's working against your desire to go forward in a straight line. So I just bring that up. And, I actually did the same thing when I was a freshman, when I got tired. And we should note that this gentleman's already run the 1,600 meter and the 400 meter runs. And he might be a little bit tired. And I would say that's evidenced by this left arm cutting across the body. And every time it cuts, your legs follow your arms, right? And so every time that arm cuts across the body, it's basically throwing you off a little bit from proceeding forward in a straight line in an efficient manner. So you're kind of fighting against yourself is what I'm saying. So I guess the best things you can do is pay attention to that and realize when you're doing it. Make an effort to get that arm swing going back and forth as straight as possible, or fairly straight as possible. Maybe I should just say more straight than it is now. How about that? And then if you develop some, upper body strength, that'll also help out and kind of counteract the tendency to do that. So know you're doing it, realize you're doing it, try to make some effort to correct it, and maybe work on upper body strength with some push-ups or something like that on a regular basis. Let's go back to the race here. Let's roll him here. We're blabbing on too long. Yeah, see, watch that. He fixed his shirt, but watch that left arm is cutting way across the center line of the body. And here we go. We're going back into the wind here. Looks like our man is snuggling up against the first place guy, letting him cut the wind, letting him deal with all the mental distress of leading the race and who's behind me and what's going to happen. Now we're coming up on the straightaway here. The wind is probably still cutting across him some. And our man in second place decides that second place is not good enough. And we've got about 200 and, I don't know, maybe 30 meters to go. So I guess he was feeling good despite his two previous races, and good for him. And I'm gonna put up here another picture. Let's see if we can get another arrow. And of course we got another black arrow. Why can't we just get a red one? They're easier to see. I'm not going to change the size this time. And they're behind that hurdles cart or whatever. But the reason I bring into the arrow is because the curve starts here, and we've decided to pass the first place runner. And ideally, you want to complete the pass before you get to that curve, because if you don't, you're going to be running out in the second lane and you're going to be running extra distance, and you don't get any credit for running 808 meters. You know, your time is still the same. They're not going to subtract for the extra 8 meters you ran. So ideally, if you're going to pass here, you want to get ahead of them before the curve starts. Let's go back and roll the video, see what happens. Now our man and our previous leader does not want to relinquish the lead, and he's fighting them and making our man who has taken the lead run the longer race. And also, you know, you should take from what he's doing, and if someone tries to pass you right before the curve, maybe you make them run on the outside as long as you can, because they're going to be running, you know, a few extra meters than you, depending on how long you keep them on the curve. So nevertheless, let's turn this volume down. The resistance quit at about halfway through the turn, and our man comes through and continues to accelerate through the finish. Very nice. We can still see that left arm, you know, cutting across the center line of the body a little too much, but that doesn't seem to affect him. And he runs through the finish line, I believe. Run right through it. Always kind of pretend the finish line is 2 or 3 meters beyond where it really is, and run through it. As you can see, second place, he kind of starts decelerating a good, let's see, let's watch second place. Where does he start decelerating? Yeah, he's already, yep, man, we're just going to loaf over the line. Probably cost himself a little bit of time there. But anyways, that was a great run. I think we ran an 82-75 splits, so definitely went out nice and controlled. Let the race develop in front of him, and then took control of the race with 230-40 meters to go, and brought it on home. Nice job, well run, and overall a very well run race, and just, you know, couple things to pay attention to. So hopefully that helps, and you can use that in your next race. Thanks for watching.